al-Rahman ibn Auf, From Merchant to Paradise. Beginnings in Mecca. In Mecca there was a young man from a wealthy and noble Quraysh family named al-Rahman ibn Auf. He grew up in a family of wealth, and trade was an essential part of life for the Quraysh. al-Rahman was one of the best and most skilled traders. However, despite the wealth he enjoyed, his heart was filled with a search for the truth. In his youth, al-Rahman had not yet embraced Islam, but he closely observed the events unfolding around him in Mecca, the call for change, the rising conflicts. He had heard of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him, and was drawn to his character, though initially hesitant. Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf accepts Islam. One day, Abd al-Rahman was on a trade journey to Syria. Upon returning to Mecca, he found that a significant movement was underway, the spread of Islam. Many people were embracing the faith, and the companions spoke of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, with love and devotion. Without hesitation, Abd al-Rahman joined the ranks of the believers. His heart embraced the message, and after his conversion, his life changed completely. He became one of the foremost companions, standing by the Prophet, peace be upon him, in every battle. The migration to Medina. As pressure mounted on the Muslims in Mecca, the Prophet, peace be upon him, instructed his companions to migrate to Medina. Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf left behind his wealth in Mecca to start anew in the city of the Prophet, a life built on faith and perseverance. When the companions arrived in Medina, the Prophet, peace be upon him, established the concept of brotherhood between the Muhajirun, migrants, and the Ansar, helpers. Abd al-Rahman was paired with Sa'd ibn al-Rabi al-Ansari. However, Sa'd was poor compared to Abd al-Rahman, so Abd al-Rahman honored him by offering help in settling into his new life. Although Abd al-Rahman was in need of money himself, he chose to share everything with Sa'd, telling him, "I wish for you to spend from your wealth and leave me a little to assist you." Sa'd thanked him for this noble gesture. Charity and business. From the moment of his migration, Abd al-Rahman began rebuilding himself. He utilized his business acumen to become one of the wealthiest merchants in Medina. He invested all that he had to support the Muslims in establishing the Islamic State, becoming one of the richest men in the city. But his wealth did not lead him to arrogance. On the contrary, his money was used in the way of Allah. He distributed it to the poor and needy and funded the Prophet's expeditions. The Battle of Badr and Uhud. Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf participated in the Battle of Badr. In that pivotal battle, he played a significant role in supplying the Muslims with funds and provisions. When he was wounded in the Battle of Uhud, he bore the pain with patience, saying, "I wish I were one of the martyrs." Despite his injuries, he continued to fight with all his strength, loyalty and patience in the Battle of Mu'tah. In the Battle of Mu'tah, Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf was one of the key participants. When the commander of the army was martyred, the Prophet, peace be upon him, appointed new leaders. As the battle became intense, Abd al-Rahman was one of the commanders chosen to reorganize and direct the army. His wisdom and leadership earned him the respect of all those around him. Continuous generosity. Despite all the battles and hardships, Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf never ceased his charitable acts. He kept giving to the cause of Islam, saying, "Allah does not waste the deeds of the believer." Even after the Prophet, peace be upon him, passed away, Abd al-Rahman continued to support the Mujahideen fighters in the path of Allah. His final moments. Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf lived his life fully dedicated to the service of Allah. In his final days, when he fell ill, one of his sons said to him, "O my father, you are among the people of paradise, and only a little remains for you." He smiled and replied, I fear that I have fallen short in some way. al-Rahman passed away in the year 32 AH, leaving behind a great legacy of hard work, faith, and sacrifice. He was one of the 10 promised paradise, those who were told by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that they would be in paradise while still alive,